Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Feel free to go back and watch the other two videos that are already posted on this channel to get to know us. In this video, we're going to be discussing February wrap-ups, March plans, and as always, the final segment of the episode is projects from the past, where I'm going to be sharing with you the last of the 2018 finishes. As you can see, Pandora is helping me set up our new kind of view that I want to do for the projects. I wasn't really happy with the overhead lighting, so I'm definitely trying something new here. I'm still not happy with the lighting setup that I have. It's giving it kind of a orangey glow, and the colors are not exactly correct. But as you can see, we've got high-tech equipment here. The ironing board and some foam core in the background and a cat. So we're ready to go. First up is the temperature bookshelf, which the full title is Bookshelves Daily Temperature Blackwork, and that is by Pepermint Purple. They have an Etsy shop, and I will leave the information as always in the drop down below. As you can see here, we have February completed, and if any of you live in the Midwest, then you know that February is the start of chaos and chaotic weather. As you can see clearly in the leaps here where it goes hot and then right back down to cold. Those are our little storms that we get. I'm doing this on 20 count white Aire, and I did purchase that from 123 Stitch. The flosses that I'm using is a combination of DMC and Victorian Motto, and this is the recorded highs of each day. Next up is Florence Mary Dickinson. She is a Hands Across the Sea exclusive for the Hobby House Needleworks shop in New York. You can see my continued progress here, and she's done on a 40 count linen. It's a color is flax from Zweigart. I'm using the Auvera Soie d'Alger silks that it calls for, and I'm really enjoying this stitch. Here is a screenshot from my last video to show you kind of the progress that I've made with Florence. In the future, I will be taking a before and after type photo to basically have a better picture. This was something kind of in hindsight that I had done afterwards and realized I probably should have done prior to. And finally, I worked on Miss Anne Uffendale. She's also a Hands Across the Sea design. She's worked on a 40 count Zweigart in the color of Country Mocha, and I'm using the DMC that is called for. As you can see, I've rolled her out here so you can take a look at her. And here are two screenshots of Anne prior to me working on her in February. You may be wondering why I don't just take her out of her frame to show her to you, but these roller frames, although they are really great to work on, they're kind of a pain to assemble. They have small nails that are tacked in, and I repeatedly have punctured my fingers trying to work with these, so I've just decided to leave them where they're at. And here is one final glance at the over one and the progress that I have made. And finally this month, because I have no business starting a new project, I've started a new project. This is Autumn Town by Autumn Lane. The biggest reason why I started this is because I actually received the fabric, this beautiful fabric. The color is Apple Harvest. It is a 40 count linen, and it is dyed by Mountain Air hand-dyed fabrics. Now, I'll leave all that information in the drop down, but I absolutely adored this pattern. The colors are just so beautiful. You have a combination of DMCs, a couple of silks are in there, and a couple of Weeks Dye Works. It's such a beautiful pattern. Here's what the fabric actually looks like. This is a swatch that I took directly from the Mountain Aire website to kind of show you what the actual color looks like. Please take note that in the background is my fabric and how different my camera makes this fabric look. I will continue to work on these 4 projects for the month of March. So I wanted to share with you this perpetual calendar that I first initially saw on Jen's stitching niche. She had purchased this and wanted to add some cross stitch at the bottom, and I thought this was a lovely idea, so I went ahead and got it as well. Now, I purchased this from Paisley's and Polkadots online. I will leave that information in the drop down. These wood blocks and the magnet came separately, but basically what you do is you put them in the center and it acts as a riser for your project. I had initially decided I wanted to use this Prairie Schooler Seasons for the bottom of this calendar, but I really want to use the months instead. So I purchased the March, but it's actually a little bit too big. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do, if I might put this on a smaller fabric or if I might find a different pattern. This space is approximately 6 by 7.5. If any of you have a good idea of what pattern might fit in this space and that has each month, please leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you. And finally, we have projects from the past. These are the last of the 2018 finishes. This is In at Fox River Mill by Little House. I started it September and ended it in October 2018. This is an even weave 28 count fabric that I hand dyed myself. I also did the framing, which I watched a video from Teresa Kitten Stitcher, aka Shakespeare's Peddler. I will leave a link to her. It is a great video, shows you exactly what to do. I used the called for threads, and the only change that I made was I left out the little man standing by the fox. This is Pumpkin Row by Chessie and Me. I completed it in November of 2018. I used all the called for threads. The fabric was a leftover piece from the Welcome Project that I used some brown Rit dye on. It is a Jobelin 28 count. This was my first fully finished piece that I didn't just frame. I got all the supplies from Hobby Lobby. I used my stamping inks to color the wood leaves with the blending sponge, and I hot glued most of this. I learned all of my finishing techniques from Vonna, the Twisted Stitcher. I will leave her information in the drop-down box below. She is a lovely lady, a wonderful teacher, and my husband and I had the pleasure of having lunch with her. I also stitched 2 ornaments that year that I gave away as gifts. The first one is Cozy Christmas Wishes by Lizzie Kate. I got this directly off her website as a free download, and it is done on a leftover piece of the Jobelin 28 count that I hand dyed using DMC. The other one is called Special Delivery by Pickle Barrel Designs. This came from the Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornaments 2018 issue. I used the DMC also on this, and again used the 28 count Jobelin fabric. Thank you for watching, and thank you for spending your time with me. I also wanted to say I really appreciate the people that have left messages for me in the comments. It really means a lot to me. I will be posting a second video this month. It will be showcasing the 2019 finishes of the Waxing Moon Designs monthly samplers. Please keep an eye out for that. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!